Bowlers, welcome to our favorite time of the year. It is officially Black Friday and Cyber Monday time. We are right in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so that means we have a billion deals going on all across the internet. Well, today we're going to hone in a little bit and we're going to talk about bowling ball deals. There are some fun deals on this list, and there are some weird ones that we need to go into that are kind of unique that you guys might like. But we're going to get into everything and anything Black Friday. This video is officially sponsored by bowling.com. Today, we are showing all of the deals that are on bowling.com. If you want to go check them out, I highly recommend using my link down below in the description. Then we can see exactly how many of you really like these Black Friday deals or not. Otherwise, I have two coupon codes that are on the screen. Neither of these help me, but they are good ways to be able to get you guys a little bit of a deal. So let's kick it right off. We are going to start with all of our categories, starting with strong smooth, strong sharp, so on and so on. So let's get right into the video. First of all, strong and smooth category. You are going to notice a little bit of a theme in this video is a lot of Brunswick balls are on sale. Who would have guessed? That's always a normal thing for all of these, is there's a billion Brunswick balls that are on the market. They make more balls than the other two brands combined, so you're going to see a lot of their stuff on these lists. But starting it off, we have the Paragon Shadow coming in at $166. This is the lowest price the Paragon Shadow has been at. This ball isn't that old. It's about 7-8 months old, but it was doing fine, I thought. It's a really good ball. I think it's one of the best balls Brunswick makes right now. Unfortunately, I don't think it has much popularity. It's down to $166 for this weekend. Moving down, we have the Rally coming in at a career low $148. The Rally was one that was kind of expected to not get much love out there because Columbia just doesn't really get the clicks that it used to. But this ball is overall pretty okay. A lot of people are really liking it as that strong and smooth bowling ball that's still usable because it's not as early hooking as something like a Mesmerize or a Zero Mercy, but it's also not as smooth as something like an Outer Limits that we see below as well. But it's down to $148. That's one of the cheapest bowling balls you're going to get in this strong and smooth category. But then the cheapest one of them all is a Radical Ball Outer Limits Solid. The Outer Limits Solid with its gorgeous colorway, $136. This ball is more liked than I thought originally. This ball came into the market on a really, really low note. Radical, again, similar to Columbia, just doesn't get as many clicks as the other brands. But no one really cared for this ball, and its actually momentum started rising a little bit over the last couple of months. The one negative with this ball, it does die quicker than some other balls out there. Now, it's not the quickest dying Brunswick ball out there. That belongs to Black Widow 3.0. This ball does absorb oil a little bit quickly, but in those first 100, 200, 300 games, this ball generally is lights out if you want to play straighter. So if you're someone who likes to play straighter, needs that strong bowling ball, you like the Outer Limits series because they have some really good Outer Limits balls, then this could be a good option, especially for $136. That is dirt cheap for a ball that handles a lot of oil. That is the strong and smooth list. Strong and sharp, we have two bowling balls here. We have the recently discontinued Physics Blackout at $170. The lowest this ball has been for quite a while. And this ball, since it is discontinued, you're going to see more and more on this one. You're going to see a lot of people trying to get rid of this one to try to make room for some of the new January releases that are probably starting to flow through the pipelines. This ball being $170, this is by far and away the biggest hooking bowling ball that I'm going to mention today. This is the highest flare potential and just overall the most hook of any ball on this list. So you want all of that hook for $30 less than everything else that you can get for this hook potential. Good option. This other one is weird. The Power Hitter did not come out that long ago, and it's $154. Really, really good deal, especially if you like the Hitter series. This is about $20 cheaper than what it is retail. But the Hitter series is generally well liked by a lot of people, especially the Pearl version. So this Power Hitter is just a hybrid of it. It's just a hybrid version of the Hitter. So if you miss your Hitter Pearl or Hitter Solid, this one's only $154. Not as angular as a lot of Pearl balls on the market because, like I said, it is a hybrid and it is a Radical ball, so it isn't as angular as other stuff. But it still is a pretty decent piece. You just don't see it very much. If you do get one, you are going to be one of the few people in the world or in your league probably who actually has a Power Hitter. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've seen this ball at tournaments or at league. Those are the strong and sharp bowling balls that are on sale right now. Let's head over to the benchmark category, the medium smooth. Some crazy ones here. The Hammerhead coming in at a new low $120. This is insane. I think this ball's really good. I can't believe that it just keeps lowering in price little by little, and now it's super dropped for Black Friday down to $120. Really good benchmark ball. If you don't want to spend 170 bucks on a phase 2, 150 bucks on a Rockstar, if you don't want to spend 160-ish on a Venom Shock, you don't want to spend 150 on a stealth mode or like a crazy amount, like a 180 or 90 for a Pulse, this is going to be the cheapest option. This is the cheapest medium smooth ball from the Brunswick lineup, and it is a hammer ball at that, which even adds in popularity. The other one on the list is the Cove. The Cove only came out 3 months ago, already down to $157. It came out at $175 originally, down to $157. Unfortunately, the Cove and Ember aren't getting as much love as expected, especially the Ember. We're going to talk about that one in just a second. But the Cove is down to $157, so that is a pretty good steal. If you want one of the smoothest bowling balls on the market, pretty good option for you. Let's go on to medium sharp. We have one stinker here and then two good balls that are weirdly on this list. Two of them have just been discontinued. Phase AI, Zen 25 have both been discontinued. All three of these storm balls, by the way, but the Phase AI down to $150. A lot of places are going to start trying to get rid of their Phase AIs to make room for the Phase 2 Pearl, which seems like it's selling pretty well pre-order wise right now. But Phase AI coming out at $150, about $25 cheaper than what it is retail. Zen 25 just got discontinued, already getting marked down. I thought this ball would sell out too quickly to be able to warrant any kind of deals like the Origin did, but the Zen 25 just isn't selling out right now. $153. Really good price for the strongest medium sharp ball in the market. And if you want the closest ball to an original Zen that you can get, here's a pretty decent option for you. Otherwise, Ember is on here. The Ember is weird. I liked it for my first couple games. Throwing it more and more and more, I've realized how forward rolling it is. I have not been able to match up with this ball since about 2 weeks after the review, which is unfortunate because I think it's a gorgeous bowling ball. One of the best looking balls on the market. Not really living up to expectations. $157. Personally, I recommend just trying to spend another 15 or 20 bucks and get a Phase 2 Pearl or a Rockstar Amped instead of the Ember. Unfortunately, while I want to love this ball, it just isn't really up to snuff right now. Let's move on now to the weak and smooth category, or sorry, apologies, more medium sharp bowling balls. These are the Brunswick ones. We had the Storm ones, here are the Brunswick ones. We had the Dark Side 122, the No Doubt at 115, that one's kind of crazy. Super Cuda Power Core Pearl, longest name in bowling at 137. These are all really cheap, cheaper than most other things on the market. As you just saw, a lot of the Storm stuff is around 150. These are all Brunswick ones. 115 and 122 is crazy. Darkside is good. Darkside's a pretty good ball. I have one. I like it. Super angular, a little bit weaker. It's like right on the bottom edge of medium sharp. It's just not selling well. So it's down to 122 bucks. The No Doubt just got discontinued down to 115. That's insane. That ball is pretty much a Zen 2.0. It's pretty much the same as a Zen 25. Same exact Zen core. Well, nearly the same. They pretty much potatoed it. And then it is just a sharper, quicker version of the Zen 115. Super Cuda Power Core Pearl, really good medium sharp ball. I'd say it's like a top 3 medium sharp ball from Brunswick right now, maybe top 4. Going down to $137 is pretty decent. Again, Columbia 300 ball, so you're seeing a lot of C300, a lot of Deviate, a lot of Radical. You're going to notice those brands on the sales quite a bit. That is then all for the medium sharp category. Now, weak and smooth and urethane. No urethane balls today, but we do have the Arctic Vibe down to a career low $103. This ball is still out there. It probably is on its last leg soon. It's been out for like 2 years. Usually Vibes only make it about 2 years before they replace it with something new. We'll probably get a solid one sometime soon. But if you're a fan of this Arctic Vibe, this is going to be the cheapest that you can find the ball as of today. Then weak and sharp coming up next. We have the Fireball, 87 bucks. You don't see much about this ball, but it's $87. It's going to be the cheapest bowling ball, reactive bowling ball you're going to find on the market. That's about as cheap as they get. So if you want something dirt cheap, that's a good entry-level ball for like a friend or a kid or someone in your league, whatever it may be, this is going to be the cheapest one you can find. It's cheaper than mystery ball sales, which is crazy. So that is about as cheap as you can possibly find for a weak and sharp ball. Is the ball good? it's fine. It's entry level. It's a step above a vibe, really, is about as bad. It's about the same as a vibe, actually, when you look at it. So nothing crazy reaction-wise. Do you need it as a tournament bowler? No. Is it good for a league bowler on wood lanes? Yes, absolutely. So those are all the top 6 categories for bowling balls that we have, but we have a lot more in this video. First of all, plastic balls. For the first time almost ever, plastic balls are on sale. There are some funny ones here. We're going to start with the top left. What is that? That is the KR Strikeforce Darth Vader helmet. Bowling ball, spare ball, it's down to $140. So if you didn't know, KR Strikeforce struck a deal with Disney somehow, and they were selling basically Visiballs that are a ton of different Disney things, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, whatever it may be. A ton of them are on sale at bowling.com right now, $140 total. This is only one of the designs. There's many more on the site. So if you want to get a cool spare ball that's Disney, Marvel, or Star Wars themed, $140 is actually really cheap. It's about $15 less than what it is retail. You're not going to find these much cheaper than what it is right now. So if you've been wanting to look at one of these bowling balls, eyeing one up, I'd recommend sooner rather than later. Below it is one of the most loved Visiballs of all time, the Black Widow Visiball, $103. I don't think they're making this ball anymore, so I believe these are going to be some of the last ones that are out there, but $103 for a Black Widow Visiball is pretty decent. The ball does look really sick when you drill into it. I've drilled a handful of these in my day. They look really cool, and $100 for this guy is not a bad price at all. But then right below my face are going to be the Axe and the Mix. You're going to see these at about $5 to $10 off. You don't see these on sale ever because they are coming from overseas most of the time, and then they usually try to have like a bare minimum price but don't really go below it all that often. But you're going to see the Axe at $77 and the Mix at $85. All colorways, by the way, not the colorways I'm showing. I just have, of course, a placeholder. I can't show all 10 colorways of each one. But they are really cheap right now, $77 and $85. So if you need that new spare ball, this is going to be a good time to do it. And yes, I know the Axe's low reactive cover stock. It's basically a spare ball, basically a plastic ball. But those are all the bowling ball deals that we've seen. We have one extra slide now for what I see as a bigger sale that's going on right now, especially for bowling.com for Black Friday. That's bags and shoes. Bags and shoes are on super sale right now. You're going to see a lot of shoes and bags on here that are like 20 to 50% off about right now. So we're going to start with the shoes. We're going to start with the Brunswick Siege. These are about $130 to $140 retail, down to $97. All of these are interchangeables, by the way. I don't like to show the non-interchangeable ones because if you're watching bowling YouTube, you probably want interchangeable shoes. And right now, these are cheaper than non-interchangeable shoes. Or if they're more expensive, it's by like $20 max. So $97 for the Brunswick Siege. Brunswick's making some pretty decent shoes right now. I've heard mixed reviews on them. KR and Dexter are still top 1 and top 2. But the Brunswick shoes aren't bad. And they're coming in at $97. And then the Hammer Rebels are coming in at $117. I believe those are made by the same place. The Rebels are just a little nicer, little more breathable quality. But over to the side of them, if you really want that super expensive pair, they're on sale. The KR Strikeforce TPC Hypes, which is the most expensive and the nicest shoe that KR Strikeforce makes, generally over $200 for the rest of the year, down to $168. So if you want that top of the top, highest level bowling shoe, $168 right now, pretty decent price. I actually have the Gladiators, which are a step below the Hypes. I personally love them. I'm a KR Strikeforce fanboy at the end of the day, so I think this is a really good deal as well. And then finally, 3-ball rollers coming in at $80. That's the cheapest I've seen a 3-ball roller for a very long time, especially since the tariffs kicked in and all of these prices kind of skyrocketed. So I'm kind of surprised to see all these deals. What I keep getting told by people in the business is that this is the cheapest we're going to see shoes and bags for a very long time. So I'd highly recommend picking up your shoes and bags sooner rather than later, because all it takes is a snap of a finger and we might see those prices skyrocket yet again. So be ready for that. With that, those are our Black Friday deals from bowling.com. Again, huge thank you to them for sponsoring the channel this last month. Make sure to go check them out. I have a link down below in my description. They do have a ton of other deals. These are only just the notable ones that I noticed. They have, I believe it was over 1,000 things on their site are on sale right now. So make sure to go check them out for maybe some of your other favorite balls, bags, and shoes are actually on sale that we didn't cover in the video. This is not an all-inclusive list, so I'd recommend checking out their site to see if your stuff is on sale. Otherwise, happy holidays, happy shopping season. Enjoy your deals. Try to find the best deals you can. Let me know if you guys enjoyed these deals or picked any up down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.